Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek at Old Pueblo Coin. Thanks for joining me today for a wild, wacky video of randomness. As always, leave your comments below. And this will actually have a lot of coins that are probably going to be for sale either on our website or on eBay. There will be links in the show notes. And this video is basically just all of the random things, and by all of them, I mean many of the random things that are just sitting around that I picked up and found and need to get moved out of my office, so I stopped tripping on them. This first up is a 1982 penny, and I'm not sure if it's copper or zinc actually, I didn't weigh it, but it is a struck through error and a pretty cool penny. So the one side is traditional, original, fantastical, and the other side is super smushy mushy because a bunch of oil or grease got into the die in between the planchet and the die, and when it got struck, it just came out muy mushy. All right, next up, we're going to get in the time machine. The time machine. So this is really random on lots of areas here. The time machine, 500 AD, 900 million BC. 1999 AD. Whoa, let's go forward in time, folks. 3000 BC. Look at this rocket ship to the future. How cool is that? So this was actually made in 1967. So y'all, in 1999, we need to be on rocket ships, just so you know. This is sterling silver for the New Orleans Marti Gras. And it was made in West Germany. And so this has so many cool things going on here. This Mardi Gras token, 1967 Allah, time machine, taking you to the future in 1999. How cool is that? It's interesting to me, that we used to buy things from West Germany. And I actually have a second one here that is going to be also a New Orleans Mardi Gras piece. And this guy has key of A, Dr. Dolittle 1970. So different thematics entirely. Let's look at Dr. Dolittle here. Very cool. This one, I don't know if this one is marked. Interesting. So the other one is marked West Germany in silver. This one I'd have to take a quick look. I don't see a mark on it indicating that it was made in West Germany or that it's silver. Interesting. Very interesting. Speaking of interesting, here is an actual coin. So this is cool. This is 1834 Peru, PCGS graded, very fine 35. Amongst my favorite coins for you guys to consider purchasing in the future, not just for me, but for your own satisfaction, is going to be coins from South America, especially coins like this. Nice little hint of tone in the periphery on these guys. Super, super inconsistent strike palette on this piece, so you've got nice, heavy amounts of available design showing through on the rims, and then the center, it gets really soft and mushy. And that is something that you see on a lot of this type of stuff that you see like on the German thalers from the 1600s. You also see on South American coins from the 1800s. So this coin, probably about a couple $100 on that, maybe a little bit less. We'll do the research. We'll have some fun with it. Here's something else that I got in, I think, at a show. And it is I got a couple rolls of war nickels. And 1945 is the one, and they were just kind of nice looking. So we'll have these guys available. Just all the random stuff that we get in, right? 1945. This one is actually open on the end. The other one that I have in is, it says it's a 45 San Francisco, pardon me, 43 San Francisco, and there's the S. And this one has not been opened by me. It's got a lot of tape on it. You can see by the edges sometimes kind of what you're looking at. Kind of a pro tip, if the edges look used or not, you can tell the third side of the coin is oftentimes a very important side of the coin that we do overlook. Don't ask me where, why, or how. I ended up getting a Maria Theresa lead counterfeit, counterstamped BNW 99. That is got to take the cake for randomness today. Maybe it doesn't take the cake because we're about to get more random. How about a Rainbow of Hope over the World Townsend Plan matches set? Just remember, the government insurance pays living income to age, disabled, blind, widows, and see inside. All you got to do is use your matches to get all those cigarettes smoked, and then you will have a Rainbow of Hope. Of course, you can send $1 in for their publication. I found this to be just fascinating, just to know how much culture has changed. Matchbook advertising was a real big deal. Here you're talking about something that's a Rainbow of Hope. And of course, matches, these were probably used for those things they call cigarettes, which, last time I checked, don't add a lot of hope to one's life. So next up, I've got this 1880 Carson City dollar that I don't know how long it's been sitting around, but you see it has that big hit in the face, in front of the face, and this coin has overall real gem look to it, except for that big hit, and lovely, lovely coin, and of course they called it on details obverse cleaned. What? So the fun part about this coin for me is this is just where you get stubborn. I get stubborn, I should say. You see all the what look like hairlines, so you see a bunch of them right here moving up and down, and then you'll see a bunch of them in here also. Well, all those lines stop at the lettering. They're not cleaning lines. And so I was so angry about this coin because, you know, they called it cleaned. You will see some hairlines over the obverse, but also it's not cleaning lines. You know, it's just some fine lines that you get from a coin being in a pocket one day. Now the gouge is fair. Like, call out the gouge, y'all. Tell me my coin is gouged. Don't tell me it's cleaned. All right. Enough of the silly bitterness. I have some random narcissistic 1 ounce silver bar here. Happy birthday, 999 fine silver, December of 1973. If you have a loved one born in 1973 who wants an ounce of silver and is a narcissist, which apparently is the flower for December of 73, you can go ahead and put their name on the back. There's room for that. And that's not the only one. I've got a few more really cool bars here, including a Christmas 72 with Santa Claus coming to town. Also a clean surface on the back if you choose to play with that. And Jesus Christ, we have a Easter 1974. Look at that. Isn't that cool? I mean, when I think of Easter, I think of buying 1 ounce silver pieces, the Madison Mint 999 fine silver. And what's better than one of those than, of course, oh, way to kill it, 2 of them. So very cool items. I got one more silver bar to show to you, and that is going to be Maryland. And you get to see this much of Maryland. And you get to see fine 1 ounce silver. If we look at the reverse from the back, it's probably okay. That's the back reverse. This is from, who made this? The Colonial Mint 1973. So that's a doozy. That's a doozy. We don't need that. All right, next up. Okay, look at this ship. Now there's a modern US metal that looks like that, and honestly this needs some fingerprints removed. I might actually just kind of set this in acetone for a minute to get those fingerprints off. And you can see the designer here on this, L. Delanoy. And what is the ship here? The Normandy. So this is a pretty cool piece here. See if it's marked on the edge with who made it. So this reminds me of the modern mint metal that came out that had the big warship on it. So here we go, the Normandy, Transatlantic French lines. This was undoubtedly mounted on something. It looks like maybe it had some type of a wood background, and it has been removed from that. and it still needs a little bit of acetone. So if that goes up for sale, just look for the fingerprints to hopefully be gone. There are things about history that just fascinate me, and little things, and I don't know why, but for some reason the Panama Canal is on that list. This may not ever be actually for sale. This is actually a book. It's not transferable, so y'all can't have it. But it was $15 in US currency, and it's a coupon book from the Panama Canal, issued July 18th, 1947. The clerk's number's on there, and then gold employee, and then you've got your tickets on there that you can use. And what's interesting to me, of course, is I owe my sold to the company store. Well, what's wild about this is it has all these conditions on it for purchasing things. You have to go in there with the coupons attached. If they become detached, they have no value. You can go in yourself. They're not transferable, but you can have someone else go in from the family or your bona fide servant with written authority, signed by the owner and listing the specific items to be purchased. So wild and crazy stuff. That's like right up my alley. I can understand why that's here. I just need to probably tuck that away somewhere. How about the Bambino? Babe Ruth, 1920s. It says negatives here, but I think it was actually like a, 6mm, 8mm film. And I believe what we have here is Babe Ruth walking back, possibly to the dugout, with a bat boy next to him. And I don't know how this stuff works, guys, but that's 6mm. Feels like 6mm across, but maybe from edge to edge it's 8mm. So this is just like the most random thing. Yeah, I'm fairly well convinced that's Babe Ruth. There you go. All right, next up, we've got some more random stuff that is going to be from the Canal Zone. So this is kind of cool here. We've got this piece that is dated 1955, Royal Palm number 2, Cristobal CZ Canal Zone. So once again, historically, it's just kind of a cool pin and someone who was in the Canal Zone. So kind of fun stuff. I find it interesting. Oh, here's a coin that apparently I paid like $800 for or something like that. There's a tag on here with a number. This is an 1883 in an old annex holder. The blue labels with the ANA PNG member verified label. So, and it's really a lovely coin. It's got some very strong and deep mirrored reverse fields to it. The obverse has a little bit of mirroring to it as well, and just has all that funky comedina toning going on there. And MS63. Of course, the reverse is like a 65. I won't exaggerate it. It's got some marks, but it's really lovely. And the obverse, I think 63 is fair. The toning is really cool, though. Very neat toning to it. So we'll see what happens there. What else we got? Okay, so randomly, I don't know, this was in a deal. So there's this piece dollar roll, which is undoubtedly not original. I just say undoubtedly because I've just seen too many of these to think that it's original. It's got piece dollars on either end, tails up, and trying to see if there's a mint mark here on the edge. But this we will probably just go ahead and list it as the unknown roll. O piece dollars. I can't see if there's a mint mark on that or not. I will say that it looks like they actually use nice coins on it. Maybe the center has nothing but Ike dollars. I don't know. But of course, I would tell you that this wrapper, it just feels like it's been used a few times, but I know, I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm just playing the odds on that one, guys. Oh yeah, I do have coins. Here, look at this guy. 1861 Mexico, 1 real. This is NGC graded mint state 62. It has a very, very nice kind of like bright, shiny proof like reverse. Looks like it's kind of struck through something here on the backside. Yeah, that looks kind of like a strike through coming up through the cactus. So very cool. Fun piece, and this I think is about 360 on this guy. At least according to the notes that I had with it. All right, and how about an ancient? This is like one of the coolest coins. I don't know where I picked this up from. I just have stuff that like I pick up, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna make that into a video. And then months later, I'm like, okay, well, here we are. So this I have priced at 2 1/4. I love this piece because it's got this really cool like extra tab on it. And my favorite is the Gorgon head. So this is a Medusa head. Also, that tab, it makes it look like a mirror. It's probably looking deep into my soul. How about a frosted looking Victorian British India rupee, PCGS graded MS62. So 1840 dated. This is something that I have marked here at 190. Just love the frosty finish on this guy. Haven't really seen many of these in that kind of condition. And also one of those just fun areas where you get the whole relationship between money, country, government, and because it's the East India Company, 1 rupee with the Queen. So it's kind of hits all the bases there on that guy. What other randomness do I have here? I got a few more things to show you. This random piece, Frederick, King of Prussia, Protestant Defender, 1757. Just kind of a random metal. I don't even know when and where I got that from. 7 Years' War. There you go. Looks like I may have paid $60 for it. If that's what that note means, I don't know. But, you know, like I said, lots of things kick around here. Speaking of just kind of randomness, how about Freshway 1 orange contest cash? Anillo restrike token. You can tell you're from the South when double L's turn into Y's. Contest cash, 1 orange. Good for 10 cents on meals. Hey, UA, that sounds interesting. Good for 10 cents on meals. Good for 5 cents on return of 1 milk bottle. So, oh, by the way, these are Uniface. And last but not least, 1 pint pasteurized milk. Very interesting stuff. Very interesting stuff. This is, I think we'll probably end up selling this as a group. Just some random stuff I hadn't seen before, but someone like hand dotted all the dots on that die. Very cool. All right, I've got 2 more things that are just kind of fun. So this this 2016 Silver Eagle is graded MS69, and it has a piece of the green tube lid that those come in underneath the plastic. So yeah, there's that. And I think this might be our last contestant for the day. We've got this 1986 PCI graded Silver Eagle, which has multiple things going on, which are just kind of fun. First of all, it is graded mint state 67. And secondly, it says it's 100% white. So I found the 67 to be kind of interesting because it has overall a pretty nice look to it. Maybe there's a ding on there somewhere that's going to knock it down a grade, but I've seen plenty of mint state 60, mint state 70 coins that don't look this nice. Not on an 86, mind you, But anyways, randomly random 1986 PCI holder, the good old days of PCI with the green labels, and they said 100% white, and it was 100% toned. All right, I think I'm going to be done cleaning my office for a minute and get on with the rest of my day. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'm Ben the Coin Geek. You can subscribe by clicking on the owl button in the corner and watch more videos on the right side of the screen. Thanks.